श्रीलोकं सागजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं सनत्कुमारौघस्त्रिसहस्रपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. At the very onset of present day's discourse, I would like to initially offer my most respectfully prostrated obeisances unto the lotus feet of their divine conjugal lordships, Shri Shri Radha and Shyam Sundar Dev, along with their eternal associates and companions, such as Shri Lalita Devi, Shri Vishakha Devi, Shri Rupati Manjari, etc. And along with them, I would also like to offer my most respectfully prostrated homages unto the lotus feet of their divine lordships, Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Shri Nityananda Prabhu, along their transcendental divine entourage, such as Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, and all the 6 Goswamis of Shri Dham Vrindavan. Finally, I would also like to pay my obeisances and due respects unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Abhaya Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada, who has been an adept, very artistically propagated the doctrine of Krishna consciousness imbued with pure devotional transcendental values throughout this world in this present modern era, the most unique and fantastic, unprecedented way. Conclusively, I would now like to offer my obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord present herein. And thereafter, I would now like to commence the context of our present day's discussion, especially the context and the topic pertaining to the nectar of devotion, and thereby forming the prelude. I would now also like to start and begin the glorification of Shri Rupa Goswami, which had rather remained incomplete in our yesterday's session. So, as we were discussing, in order to be quite well acquainted with the glorification of Shri Rupa Goswami Pad, we have to be quite well acquainted with the actual glories of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that can only be highlighted if we comprehend and try to understand the most unique and unprecedented contribution that Srimad Mahaprabhu Krishna Chaitanya has made in this world, and the most unique contribution and benediction that he has given to the suffering living entities and the conditioned souls of this world. So, as we were discussing the verse by Sri Lakshmana Chakravarti Pad, revealing the actual glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chakravarti Pad was saying, Hridava Prenava Bhakti Shasya Vitate Sanjeevani Swagama Brahmedam Tapartutaha Gamani Vishwapa Gollasini Duram Me Marushakino Pisarati Bhavaya Bhojat Prabhu Shri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankushamaha Madhuryakanam Vini. That the glories and actually the glorious munificence and compassion of Shri Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just like a chain of those monsoon clouds which are full of nectarian sweet mellows of the sweetness of Sri Krishna, Krishna Madhurya. And this autonomous, autocratic and fully independent mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what it does, the first function that it performs is that it sustains, actually it enlivens, it sustains the ninefold devotional creepers of ninefold devotional practices that are growing within the hardest field and farmland of the hearts of the devotees of the Lord. So within the hearts of the devotees of the Lord, those creepers of those vines of ninefold devotional practices which are growing and whose seeds have been sown in the heart by Guru and Krishna's mercy. Guru Krishna Kripaya by Bhakti Lata Bij. Guru Krishna Prasade by Bhakti Lata Bij. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he enlivens through his sweet nectarian mercy, how he enlivens the devotional creepers growing in the hearts of his devotees. And we discussed yesterday that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, they revealed this Shastriya Siddhanta, this scriptural conclusion for the very first time in the history of all the 4 yugas, that if the devotional practices are actually meant to bear the fruit of Krishna Prem, then they have to be performed along with even slightest amount of Krishna Nama Sankirtan. If Nama Sankirtan is not performed along with the other devotional practices, that was the whole focus of ours in yesterday's session, especially the later part and the last part of the session. This was the central theme being discussed. That Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed, especially Sri Jiva Goswami, following the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has revealed in Bhakti Sandarbha that Anyani Bhakti Andani Hirmanakya Bhaktya Sakam Kartavyani Karanyani Ividyayam. It should be known, it should be considered that all the other means of devotional practices have to be executed, have to be accomplished, have to be performed only with Nam Sankirtan, not independently. So, this idea had not been established by any other previous acharyas like Ramanuja, Nipal, Krishna, or even by Lord Vyasadeva in his many different treatises and compilations, like Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. This idea is the most unique contribution of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has fulfilled, not even in Bhagavad Gita, God discusses this. He says that one should worship me, or one should take me obeisances, or one should always think of me, or one should worship my deity form. But there is no exclusive emphasis on the Kirtanakhya Bhakti or the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And for that reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers are the only ones who have weighed the actual import of the Brihad Naradiya Purana verse, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Karam Nastiva, 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 Gatiranyatha, appear clearly evident. They have actually made the real import of this verse appear clearly evident. So, this is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has enlivened the ninefold devotional creepers growing within the heart of devotee. This is how he has enabled the ninefold devotional creepers to bear the fruit of Krishna Prem. Now the question arises that if these devotional limbs are performed without any collaboration or without any assistance of the Kirtan Bhakti, of the Kirtan limb of devotional service, then what will happen? Then at most one will get the fruit of performing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, but not the fruit of performing the Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Especially in the Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, it is compulsorily required, it is compulsorily considered essential that one should perform the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord along with any other limb of devotional service that he is performing. If that doesn't happen, then it is not Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, it is only plain Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. So that special feature of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti has been revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers, and that is how the rainfall of the sweet mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enlivens
the creepers of ninefold devotional practices growing in the hearts of devotees. And what's another unique feature of Mahaprabhu's mercy? Another unique feature of Mahaprabhu's mercy is that this downpour of rainfall in the form of the nectarian sweet mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also extinguishes completely, in totality, the scorching heat coming from the summer-like desires, from the scorching heat coming from the summer-like heat of desires, especially pertaining to the material sensual gratification. So kama means lusty or sensual gratification of the material senses. So the sense gratification or the sensual gratification, the sense enjoyment, and the desires for sense enjoyment for the personal sake is known as kama or lust. And by this kama or by this lust, by these desires of sense gratification, the heart of living entity is always burning. Because these desires are exactly compared to the scorching, intolerable heat of the condensed summer season. So kama kapartudahana vishwapagolasi. Prabhu's sweet mercy is like such a rainfall which completely extinguishes and relieves the conditioned living entities from the intolerable pangs of pain experienced through the scorching heat of summer-like season, which is existing in the forms of many different material desires of sense gratification. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy relieves the person from this scorching, burning heat of material desires, not afterwards, or not after some time, but immediately. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy befalls upon the devotees or upon the conditioned living entities and makes them devotees, immediately at the same time, at the very time, it relieves those living entities of all the desires of sense gratification, all the lusty desires which are like the scorching burning heat of summer season. Immediately, as soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is bestowed upon the living entity, immediately this first most important result is experienced and is perceived by those on whom this mercy has befallen. So, Kamata Bhaktu Damani Vishwapagollasini. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is like that sweet nectarian downpour of rain which makes the rivers existing in the forms of many different variety of devotees overflood. Vishwapagollasini. Duran mein manushakino ki sarasi bhavaya bhuyal Prabhu. And now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is praying that, but I'm not a river full of water. He has compared other devotees who are advanced, pure, topmost exalted level of devotees to be the rivers which are full of water, and just like the rainfall makes the rivers overflooded. But he doesn't consider himself to be rivers full of sweet and cold water. He considers himself to be a dried up tree situated in a distant desert. He considers himself to be a dried up tree located in a distant part of the desert, and he says that may the clouds containing the sweet mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu downpour the sweet nectarian rain of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's compassion upon me, who am a tree, dried up tree, without any type of water or juice, located in a distant like desert. So Duran mein manushakino ki sarasi bhavaya bhuyat Prabhu. This is the humility. This is the dainty. This is the humble submissive mood that Vishwanath Chakravarti is disclosing and is revealing. Such is the unparalleled, unexcelled, par excellent nature and position of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's nectarian and completely incomparable mercy. So, Now, the question arises that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is nothing else than Madhurya Kadambini. Madhurya Kadambini means the monsoon clouds full of the sweetness of Sri Krishna. Krishna Madhurya Kadambini. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy gives and reveals Krishna Madhurya actually. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, by what happens by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy? Sense enjoyment is received on the celestial domain or on the earthly domain? No. By Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, all the five types of liberations are attained? No. That's not the primary result of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. That's not what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives primarily. It bestows liberation as a secondary side effect, as a byproduct, but not as primary goal. So what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy actually bestow upon the living entity? It bestows Krishna Madhurya, the sweetness of Lord Shri Krishna's names, form, transcendental pastimes, and entourage, etc. It enables the living entity to experience Krishna's Madhurya, Krishna's sweetness. So, now what is the definition of Madhurya? So, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, he reveals the definition of Madhurya in his Krama Sandarbha by saying, Krama Sandarbha commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto, by saying, Madhuryam asamaudhvataya Sarva manoharam swabhavika swarupa guna leeladi saushthavam. Saushthavam means the artistic beauty. The artistic and enchanting beauty. So, the artistic and enchanting beauty of Sri Krishna's transcendental, variegated forms, qualities and pastimes, which are natural and innate to Sri Krishna and which are completely all attractive and which are completely par excellent and unequaled, is known as Madhurya. That means Madhurya is that enchanting, all attractive beauty of Sri Krishna's pastimes, forms, attributes which are completely unexcelled, asamauddha in all respects. That is known as Madhurya. And then Srila Rupa Goswami further highlights the issue in his Ujjvala Neelamani, which is an appendix to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or the Nectar of Devotion, and he discloses the real meaning of Madhurya by saying, Madhuryam nama jeshtana sarvavasthasu charana. That Madhurya or sweetness is named for those physical, mental and verbal actions of Sri Krishna and his associates which appear all attractive and beautiful and enchanting and charming in all conditions, in all situations, in all circumstances, in all times and places. That is Madhurya. Madhuryam na cheshtanam sarvavasthasu charuta. So, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy has been disclosed that in the way that Mahaprabhu's mercy actually enables the conditioned living entities to perceive, to realize and to become absorbed in Krishna Madhurya, in the sweetness of Sri Krishna's name, form, pastimes, etc. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's further contribution has been described in the following verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam, and then we will know how Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has contributed in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution. So, it is described by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that Prema Rasa Niryasa Karite Aswadana Ragamarga Bhakti Loke Karite Pracharana Rasika Shekhara Krishna Parama Karuna Ei Dui Hetu Haite Ichhara Uddama. So first thing to be known is that after Sri Krishna Chandra, he disappeared from this mundane mortal platform, and he again returned back to his eternal abode, Guru Vrindavan Dham, located in the spiritual sky. At that time, Sri Krishna, being situated in Guru Vrindavan, starts considering within himself. He starts thinking, he starts pondering over the issue within his own mind. And this this Krishna's mind has been revealed by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Adi 4th chapter of Charitamrita. What is Krishna thinking? Krishna is thinking that, okay, I have been worshipped, or I am worshipped by many devotees, not only on the earth, but in the different parts of the material universe and in different universes like this particular one in the whole material world, and not only in the material world, in the spiritual world also, I am worshipped by many different types of devotees of different natures and of different likings. But 99.9% of the devotees who are worshipping me are worshipping me through the path of Vidhi Marg. And the path of Vidhi Marg, the devotional service on the platform of Vidhi Marg, is completely permeated with the mood of awe, reverence and majesty, and with the mood of opulence, that is Aishwarya Gyan. And this devotional service, which is completely surcharged with and which is completely imbued with the moods of awe, reverence, majesty and opulence, Aishwarya Gyanamai Bhakti, by that I am not satisfied so much. I do not become so much satisfied by being the object, by being the Vishaya, by being the object of such devotional service which is full of awe, reverence and majesty. That is a devotional service on the platform of Vidhi Marg. I am not so much satisfied. Sakal jagate kare more Vidhi Bhakti Vrajabhav Paiti Shakti. Chaitanya Charitamrita. That all the world is performing my devotional service on the Vidhi Marg, on the path of Vidhi Bhakti. But by this Vidhi Bhakti, I am not as much satisfied as I am satisfied by the devotional service performed on the Raga Marga level. So, Sakale Jagati Kare More Bhakti, Vidhi Bhakti Vrajabhav Paiti Shakti, and by performing Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti, one can never attain the Raganuga Bhakti or the Vraj Prem. So, Vidhi Bhakti Vrajabhav Paiti Shakti. One has to take on to Raganuga Bhakti at some point of time. Only then he can attain the entrance into Shri Krishna's divine pastimes of Vrindavan. Otherwise, only by the performance of Vaidhi Bhakti that cannot happen. Raganuga Bhakti is needed at some particular point of time in the path of devotee's sadhana. Only because only that can enable or allow one the entrance into Krishna's Nitya Leela, especially Vraj Leela, the Vrindavan pastimes. So then Krishna thinks more on the issue, and he conveys his internal idea in his verse, Aishwarya Shithila Prema Nahi Mora Prita. He says that Vidhi Bhakti, which has become mild, that path, that devotional service on the path of Vaidhi Marg, that devotional service has become mild, diluted and has lost its concentration, its condensed form, because of being slackened by the interruption of the mood of opulence or reverence and majesty, which in turn causes hesitation and fear to invade the heart of a devotee. So a devotee who is performing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, naturally because he has awe, reverence and he is treating Shri Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is considering himself to be an infinitesimal living entity in front of the Lord. So naturally he is in the mood that I completely, he treats the Lord in a very hesitating and fearful way, being afraid of the Lord and being hesitant. Because he thinks himself to be so low. Even the Raganuga devotees consider themselves to be low, but then again when they are establishing a relationship with Krishna, they do not consider like that. They consider they have the same moods as the Krishna's associates in Vrindavan have. The Krishna's associates in Vrindavan do not consider themselves anything lower than Shri Krishna. So, because of this type of devotional service which is full of hesitation, fear, formality, hesitation, fear and the mood of awe and reverence, Krishna doesn't become so much satisfied. So Krishna himself discloses this. So that is why Krishna thought that now I should make the path of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti clear to the living entities of this material world. And so I shall now incarnate as Shri Gaurasundar Mahaprabhu. This is one of the reasons why he is incarnated to distribute the of Vraj Leela. So here in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that Premara Sandiryasa Karite Aswadana Ragama Bhakti Loke Karite Pracharana. The first reason that Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come is to taste and relish and is to experience the climax of Krishna Bhakti. He is himself Krishna. But now he wants to taste the topmost level of Krishna Bhakti found within this world. The topmost level existing, the most exalted, that is known as climax. The climax of Krishna Bhakti, the most ultimate, highest point of Krishna Bhakti that is existing within this world, he himself wants to taste it. So now he will rather take on the mood, the sentiment and the bhav of a devotee, of a bhakta. Although he is Bhagavan, although he is Vishaya Vigraha, although he is the object of the devotional sentiments found lying within the hearts of his devotees, but now he will reject his position as Vishaya Vigraha, as the object of love, and now he will become the shelter of love, containing love for his own self. No, he will become Ashraya Vigraha, he will become a devotee. Although ontologically he still is Bhagavan, but he will assume the mood, sentiments of a devotee, and the topmost devotee of Shri Krishna is Srimati Radhika. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in order to taste the most highest point of Krishna Bhakti, his own devotional service, he will take on the special love of Srimati Radhika that Srimati Radhika contains within her heart, known as Madhanakya Mahabhav, and then he will taste the climax of Krishna Bhakti. That's the most intimate, most confidential, and the most internal reason for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is forced to incarnate. He wants to taste the highest form of Krishna Bhakti. Why? Because his three desires can never become fulfilled if he does not take on the mood and the complexion of Srimati Radhika. If he doesn't take on the mood sentiments of Srimati Radhika, and if he doesn't take the outer complexion of Srimati Radhika, then he will never be able. That means if he doesn't take the position of the highest devotee, Sri Radhika, then he will never be able to enjoy the climax point of Krishna Bhakti by staying as Vishaya Vigraha, by staying as the object of love. He will never be able to fulfill that. He has to transform himself into the shelter of love, that is the devotee, Ashraya Vigraha. So, Prema Rasa Niryasa Kariti Aswada, to taste the highest point of Krishna Prema, that is Madhanakya Mahabhava of Srimati Radhika. And these three desires have been disclosed by Swarup Damodar Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kikrishovana Yaiva Swadyo Yenam Bhutamadhurima Kikrishovamaniya Saukyam Chasya Manavataha Kikrisham Vettilobha Tadabhavadhyah Samadhanishaki Garbha Sindhu Harinduhu. That Hari or Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just like a transcendental moon who appeared from the ocean of the womb of Mother Shachi. And what he has and why he has appeared? First, he has appeared to fulfill three desires which are his own desires. The first desire is that what is the actual nature and glories of Srimati Radhika's love for me? And her love is known as Madhanakya Mahabhava. So what is the actual nature and the real glories of Srimati Radhika's love for me? In order to know this, that's the first desire. And the second desire is, by this topmost love for me that Srimati Radhika possesses, by this topmost love, known as Mahabhav, the sweetness of mind that Srimati Radhika experiences through this topmost love, what is the actual nature of this sweetness of mind? That's the second desire. And the third desire is, after experiencing my sweetness, what kind of pleasure Srimati Radhika attains and experiences? That's the third desire. In order to fulfill these three desires, Shri Krishna took on the outer bodily complexion and the internal sentiments of Shri Radhika, and then he has appeared. So that's the first. And the second reason why Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared is Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Karite Prachara. In order to distribute the Raganga path of devotional service into this material world, he has arrived. That's the second reason. First reason is to fulfill his own desires, personal self. And the second desire is to deliver the living entities and to give them what no other incarnation of Shri Krishna, not even Shri Krishna, and what no other Acharya so far has given to the mankind, to the living beings of this mortal world. And that is why Srimati Rupa Goswami praised in the Virat Madhav Natakam very beginning to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by saying, Anarpika Chari Chirat Varunayamatirana Kalau Samarpayitu Munnato Jivalarasam Svabhakti Shriyam Hari Purna Sundara Dhyutikadamba Sandipitah Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Bhashati Nandana. That son of Mother Shachi may always remain illuminated within the deep cores of the cave-like hearts of devotees who has come here to distribute that most unprecedented benediction and gift never been given before, not at least in past 1000 Kali Yugas. Because only once in the day of Brahma, both Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna of Vrindavan and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do descend onto this mundane platform only for once in the day of Brahma. And one day of Brahma is known as Kalpa. And in one Kalpa, there are 14 Manvantaras. And in each Manvantara, different Manu reigns for the time being. And one Manvantara comprises of 71 cycles of 4 yugas. And one cycle of 4 yugas contains one time Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. These 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, once come in one cycle of 4 yugas known as Chaturyugi. And like this, 71 Chaturyugis or 71 cycles of 4 yugas comprise one Manvantar. 14 Manvantars like this comprise one day of Brahma, one Kalpa. So Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Dwapar Yuga span, lifespan of Dwapar Yuga is 864,000 years. Lifespan of Treta Yuga is 1264,000 years. And the lifespan of Satya Yuga is 1864,000 years. So total 4,300,000 years in one cycle of 4 yugas. Like this, 71 times 14 again, that's one day of Brahma. That means 71 times 14 comes nearly about 999 or so. So that means once in one Dwapar Yuga, amongst the 999 yugas, only in one Dwapar Yuga, Shri Krishna incarnates, and the following Kali Yuga that comes after that Dwapar Yuga when Krishna incarnates, the following Kali Yuga, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnates. That's only once in the day of Brahma. So, since last trillions and billions of years, this most unprecedented unique gift had not been given, and that is why there was a long time lapse in between. And because of this long time lapse, the transcendental divine pastimes of Shri Vrindavana had practically become lost. The transcendental divine pastimes of Shri Krishna, especially his Braj Leela, and especially the Ragatmika and the Raganuga form of devotional service, and the nature and the knowledge about the Ragatmika, Raganuga form of devotional services, and the nature of Shri Krishna's Vrindavan Leela, all these things had practically become lost. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has came here to especially give Raganuga and the Ragatmika form of devotional services. And even among the Raganuga, very special type of devotional service he emphasizes, and that is the mood of the maid servants of Srimati Radhika, known as the moods of the Manjaris, or the maid servants of Srimati Radhika. And that mood, the mood that the maid servants of Srimati Radhika have in the eternal divine pastimes is known as Unnat Ujjwal Ras, the most highest flamboyant form of conjugal mood love. Unnat Ujjwal Ras. And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has actually come here to give. So Anarpita Chalinchila Karanayavati Vinahakalau, and he has come here on his own accord. Now, in Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami describes that even though Shri Krishna is capable of bestowing this Vraja Prem, this love of the associates of Shri Krishna found in Vrindavan, this love of the associates of Shri Krishna in Vrindavan, Krishna is able to bestow upon the conditioned dignities of this world, but he doesn't do so because he is Leela Purushottam, and he is not Audanya Purushottam. He is Leela Purushottam, he only enjoys the transcendental loving moods of his Vrajavasi associates. He doesn't want to distribute in his Krishna avatar, in his form as Krishna. But when the same Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes munificent incarnation. He is known as Audarya Avatar. Audarya Avatar means his incarnation is completely munificent. And now he wants to distribute that love that his Vrajavasi associates are containing within their hearts. That his Ragatmika associates Ragatmika Parshadas of Vrindavan are having within their heart. That love he wants to openly distribute without caring for eligibility, without caring for the proper place of giving donation and the improper place of giving donation. Because in Shastra it is said that if you want to give donation, charity, dan, you must consider Desh, Kal and Patra, these three things. Proper suitable time, proper suitable place, and proper suitable circumstance. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while bestowing the highest Unnat Ujjwal Ras, or the mood of the maid servants of Srimati Radharani into this world, he never considered who is eligible, who is ineligible. He never considered what was the proper place, what was not the proper place. He never considered what was the proper time, what was not the proper time. Whoever he met, in whichever place, in whichever circumstance, he immediately, without caring for eligibility, immediately gave the most rarely obtained Ragatmika Bhakti, especially the Unnat Ujjwal Ras of the maid servants of Srimati Radhika, he freely distributed. So, that is why Chaitanya Charitamrita Krishnadas Kaviraj says that Patra Patra Vichara Nahi Nahi Sthana Sthana. He never considered who is eligible, ineligible, what place is right, what is improper, what time is right, what is not right. And it is said in Lagu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami says that actually only Krishna is able to freely distribute and to grant this benediction of Vraja Prem, the love that the Vrajavasis are having in Vrindavan. This Vraj Prem only Krishna is able to give to the living entities. No other incarnation of Krishna, not even Lord Ramachandra, Narsimhadev, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma are able to give. That is why Rupa Goswami says very sarcastically in Lagu Bhagavatamrita, in his famous verse, and it is also quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sattva Bhagava Avataraha Pankajanabhasya Sarvato Bhadraha Krishnadanya Kopi Lataswapi Premado Bhavati Sattva Bhava Avataraha Pankajanabhasya Sarvato Bhadraha. All the incarnations of Shri Krishna who is lotus level, Pankajanabh, Pushkaranabhava, Pushkaranabha Pankajanabhava. That Shri Krishna who has a lotus level in the very centralmost part of his abdomen. So that Shri Krishna Pankajanabhasya Sarvato Bhadraha. All those incarnations like Rama, Narayana, Narasimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, etc., they are all auspicious incarnations. They all bestow auspiciousness on the living entities once they incarnate. But I have no controversy, I have no dispute on that issue, Rupa Goswami says. They are all Mangalmaya. They are all granting auspiciousness. They are all granting auspiciousness. I have no cause for making controversy or dispute on this issue in this matter. But what I am trying to propose, Rupa Goswami says, is that except for Shri Krishna and not Shri Krishna of Dwarka and Mathura, but Shri Krishna of Vrindavan, Vrindavan Vihari Shri Krishna, except for this Shri Krishna of Vrindavan, who else is capable of bestowing and of granting this Vraja Prem, this love of Vrindavan? Who else is capable? That except for Shri Krishna, besides Shri Krishna, who else is capable of granting this Vraj Prem? Only Shri Krishna is capable, to the extent that only Shri Krishna can even make the creepers and the vines surcharged with Krishna Prem. What to speak of human beings? Krishna can make the creepers and vines and trees and plants surcharged with Krishna Prem. So Krishna Lati ko anya lataswapi premado bhavati. Except for Shri Krishna, which other incarnation has this power? Rupa Goswami has sarcastically remarked in his Lagu Bhagavatamrita. So Krishna has this power of really distributing Vraj Prem, but because he is Leela Purushottam, because he only wants to taste Vraj Prem and he doesn't want to give. He has the capability, but he doesn't have the desire. That is why he cannot do this in Krishna Leela. He has to come separately as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Shri Gaur Sundar, in the form of Audarya Purushottam, in the form of the most munificent incarnation. And then he gives this Vraj Prem, especially in the mood of the maid servants of Srimati Radhika, Unnat Ujjwal Ras, or also known as Manjari Bhav or Gopi Bhav. And that is why Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti says in this very famous shloka, which many devotees are aware of, Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesh Tanayah Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kaji Upasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamalam Premapumarthu Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matavinam Tatra Varunamaraha. That Srimad Mahaprabhu considered Krishna of Vrindavan to be the first object of worship, and his dham is Vrindavan dham. And the way of worship is the way that the Vrajandanas or the cowherd damsels, especially the maid servants of Srimati Radhika, the way they worship Sri Radha and Krishna, that's the perfect way of worship. And the perfect scripture is Bhagavatam, which is completely spotless. And the fifth goal of human life, the ultimate goal, is prema, pancham purushartha, prema pumarthu mahan, not even moksha, not even liberation. That what to speak of dharma, earth and calm, the sense gratification and the so-called religious activities and the economic development. So this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's actual instruction, which is making this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's line completely different from all the other Vaishnava Sampradayas also, like Ramanuja, Nihar, Krishna Swami, because they are not emphasizing on these things so much. So that's the reality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sampradaya, and that is why here, when it is said that Raga Marga Bhakti Loki Karite Prachara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to distribute that benediction by his own mercy, by his own accord, which had never been given before. That is the most uniqueness of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation. And Rasika Shekhara Krishna Parama Karun Eidui Hetu Haite Ichar Udgama, because Sri Krishna has two attributes. His personality is divided twofold. That is why he performs these two functions. The first part of his personality is that Shri Krishna is Rasika Shekhar. Rasika means one who is always absorbed very intently in tasting, in relishing the rasa, the transcendental, devotional, juicy mellows found within the hearts of his devotees. Being the object of that love, being the Vishaya Vigraha, he is always absorbed in tasting the love of his devotees. That is Rasik Shekhar. And he is the crest jewel. He is the topmost crest jewel of all the Rasikas, of all the relishers and expert relishers of devotional mellows. He is Rasik Shekhar. And the second is second part of Krishna's personality is that he is simultaneously not only Rasika Shekhara, but he is Parama Karuna also. Parama Karuna means he is the embodiment of the condensed form of munificence and compassion. So because he is Rasik Shekhara, he has come to taste the Madhurya Mahabhava of Srimati Radharani and to fulfill the three desires that we already have discussed. And because he is Parama Karuna, or the most munificent, he has come here to give and freely distribute the Unnat Ujjwal Ras. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. And now we will not focus so much on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's relishing and fulfilling his three desires, because that is not for the living entities, that is for his own self. For the living entities, he has come to give the Ajapre, the Ragatmika Bhakti, the Ragamika Bhakti, and especially the mood of the maid servants of Srimati Radhika. So now we will focus on what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. So Krishnadas Kaviraj again elaborates on the issue by saying, Chaitanya Avatare Bahe Premamrita Vanya Savajiva Preme Bhase Prithvi Haila Dhanya. That as the incarnation of Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, he made the river and the streams of the nectar of Vraja Prem flow throughout all the nooks, corners and different parts of this universe. And what happened? By the overflooding of this river of Krishna Prem, this river of Krishna, Vraj Prem and Krishna Prem, what happened? Sava Jiva Preme Bhase Prithvi Haila Dhanya. All the living entities who were existing in this mundane world, they become immersed, they become carried away in this flow of the overflooding of the river of Krishna Prem inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And thus the Prithvi received its actual glories. The actual glories for the existence of Prithvi or earth was established. What is the real purpose of earth's existing? The real purpose of the existence of the earth is to make all the living entities who are present on the earth able to receive Vraj Prem and Krishna Prem. So the real purpose of earth's existence was solved, was fulfilled. And then it says, Krishnadas Kaviraj again describes Uthalila Prema Vanya Chaudike Vedai Stri Vriddha Balaka Yuva Sakali Dubai, that this Prema means this overflow of the river of Krishna Prem, it pervaded throughout the whole universe, in all the 14 planets and in all the 4 directions. Stri Vriddha Balaka Yuva Sakali Dubai. And no matter what type of living entity it was, all the women, all the men, all the old men, all the children and all the young men, no matter discarding all these types of segregation, the Krishna Prema Vanya, or that overflow of the river of Krishna Prem inaugurated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it made all different types of living beings, like women, like elderly men, old men, like the young men, like the children, all of them immersed. This overflow of Krishna Prem made all of these different types of human beings immersed within it. Sajjana Durjana Pangu Jada Andhakana Prema Vanyaya Dubayila Jagatera Jana. And no matter who was gentleman or who was a miscreant, Sajjana or Durjana, or who was lame or who was completely mentally retarded, or who was deaf, or who was dumb, or who was blind. Discarding all these types of segregations, this flow of the river of Krishna Prem made all the different types of living entities immersed within it. Jagata Dubila Jivena Hailabi Janash Taha Dekhi Panch Janera Parama Ullas. And when the 5 people, who are the 5 people? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupaswarupakam Bhaktavaram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Who are these 5 people? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Shri Krishna of Vrindavan himself, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balram of Vrindavan himself, Shri Advaita Acharya, who is Karanakshai Mahavishnu himself, Srivas Thakur, who is Narada Muni himself, and Shri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, who is the daughter of Krishna Srimati Radhika himself. All these 5 people, they became greatly absorbed in transcendental felicity and became completely happy by seeing that the stream or the flow of the river of Krishna Prem started by them has made all the Jagatvasis, has made all the residents of this mortal world immersed within it. By seeing this, they became completely happy that now the purpose of making incarnation, adventing, has become fulfilled, has become solved. So, Jata Jata Prema Vrishti Kare Pancha Jana Tata Tata Bade Jan Tata Tata Bade Jana Vyape Tribhuvana. More and more as these 5 people, or the Panch Tattvas, the more and more that they pour down this nectarian sweet water of Krishna Prem on the 3 planets, Bhur, and Swaha, or the heavenly planets, the mortal earth planet, and the nether planets, the Patal planets. So as more and more these 5 people, they pour down the sweet nectarian rainfall of Krishna Prem, the more and more the flood became condensed and greater. And then what happened? Patra patra vichar nahi sthana sthan jai jaha paya taha kare premadan. That without considering who is eligible, ineligible, without considering improper or improper place, whoever was seen in whichever place immediately got Krishna Prem just by coming in the most distant contact of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his associates. Not even close reciprocation, not even intimate contact. No, even if a person came into a distant contact of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that if a person would see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ecstatically dancing in Krishna Prem, even from a distance, even if that person beholded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for once in his lifetime, without performing sadhana bhakti, he immediately got the fruit, that is prema bhakti, and especially the prema bhakti of Vrindavan, the Braj Prem he got, immediately he received. And this Braj Prem is rather not to be obtained so easily, and that is why Narad Mahamuni makes it very clear in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Yudhishthira by saying that Rajan Patir Gururalam Bhavatam Yadunam Daivam Kulapatihi Tvachakin Karovah अस्त्वेव मंग भगवान भजताम मुकुंदो muktim tadati karhichit smana bhakti yogam. That, O King Yudhishthira, Narad is saying, Shri Krishna has become not only your worshipable deity, not only the head of your dynasty, not only your spiritual master, and not only your friend, but he has also become your servant and your charioteer and your submissive messenger. And why Shri Krishna has accepted such a subordinate position of you, the Pandavas? Because he is controlled by your love. And why he is controlled by your love or your prema bhakti? Because he has given prema bhakti to you. And what is the real position of prema bhakti? So Narad is saying, this prema bhakti is not received by anyone and everyone in this world. You are the most fortunate, you the five Pandavas. Not everyone has the chance of attaining prema bhakti. Even Shiva and Brahma and Indra do not get the chance of attaining prema bhakti. So that prema bhakti, that most rarely obtained prema bhakti or Krishna prema, you have received. And then he says, Astveva bhakta bhagavan bhajatam mukundo muktim tadati karchit smana bhakti yoga. How rarely obtained is prema bhakti? Narad Muni is saying to Yudhishthira, it is so rare that even those devotees of Shri Krishna who are exclusively worshipping Shri Krishna, steadfastly, unflinching, being firmly fixed on the path of devotion, even Shri Krishna tries to not bestow prema bhakti even on those worshippers. He tries to get away by not giving prema bhakti. By not giving prema bhakti, he tries to get away by trying to allure his unflinching exclusive worshippers even. He even tries to allure his exclusive devotees by first giving bhakti or material sense gratification as the fruit of bhakti. And if the devotee doesn't become moved by material sense gratification and allurement of material sensual gratification, then he gives second allurement, and that is the 5 types of liberation. And if the devotee doesn't even become allured by the 5 types of liberation, saroti, sarishti, samipya, etc., then finally he is compelled to grant prema bhakti. Otherwise, in most of the cases, he keeps prema bhakti as the most hidden treasure with himself. And why doesn't he give prema bhakti? What's the problem in not giving prema bhakti so easily? Because if he once gives prema bhakti, then he will become completely subordinate to the devotee. He will lose his autonomous, autocratic, completely independent position, and he will become completely dependent, subordinate, and slave of his devotee. That is why Krishna says in Bhagavatam 11th canto, Anuvrajamyaham nityam puyayetya andhri, that I always follow behind the back of my devotees. I never go in front. I always follow behind the back of my devotees. And what do? Why do I follow them like that? Because once they go ahead, I secretly, in a hidden way, kneel down. I bend down, I kneel down, and then I take the dust from the footprints of my devotees and I smear it on my head. That is Krishna's statement in Bhagavatam. And that is why Krishna says in Bhagavatam, Madhvakta Puja Vyadika, that those devotees of mine who are my premi bhaktas, who have achieved prema bhakti, they are bounding me up by prema bhakti, and I become completely subordinate to them, being controlled by them. And that is why the worship of my devotees is better than my worship. And that is why Lord Shiva also says in Padma Puran to Parvati, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tadiyanam Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. The worship of Shri Vishnu or Narayan is the best among the worship of all forefathers, demigods, ghost spirits, etc. But even better than the worship of Lord Narayan is the worship of his devotees. That's Shiva's statement in Padma Puran. And then Lord Narayan himself proclaims in Srimad Bhagavatam to Dwarka by saying that Aham Bhakta Paradhino Hi Asvatantra Iva Dvija Sadhu Virprastha Hridayo Bhaktair Bhakta Janapriyaha. That, oh Durvasa, I cannot do anything in this case. Why? Because I am not independent. I have lost my independence in front of my devotee Amrish. Why? Because Amrish already has this most rarely obtained treasure of prema bhakti within his heart. And because of this since I am bound up by his love, I am subordinate to him. I have no power of forgiving you. I am completely subordinate to my devotee. He is swatantra eva dvija, and I have lost my swatantrata, my independence, and have become dependent. So, and then Padma Purana stresses that devotees bind up, they bind up Shri Krishna within their hearts through the ropes of Prema Bhakti. Through the ropes of Prema Bhakti, they make Krishna bound up within their hearts. So, it is said Bhakti Sutropanadaha. That sutra means rope. And Prema Bhakti is just like a rope which makes Krishna bound up within the heart of a devotee. And Rupa Goswami now clarifies and says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, while explaining the 6 characteristics of devotional service, pure devotional service, Rupa Goswami says, Klesha Shubhada, Moksha Kalpa Sudurlabha, Sandrananda Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Krishni Kasa, Klesha. Devotional service on the stage of sadhan bhakti has 2 qualities in it, Kleshakti and Shubha. It describes all types of kleshas, miseries. Miseries of what types? Especially 4 types of karma phalas, especially 4 types of karmic reactions. Prarabdha, Aprarabdha, Kut and Bij. These 4 types of karmic reactions, sadhan bhakti destroys to the root, eradicates them. Then it destroys the 5 types of kleshas, the 5 types of troubles, avidya, asmita, rag, abhinivesh, etc. They have all been described by Rupa Goswami quite detailed. Sadhan bhakti destroys avidya, or the covering of illusion on the living entity. So these kleshas it destroys. Then it grants auspiciousness, shubhada, kleshakri shubhada. And auspiciousness is of various types, we will not go into detail here. Kleshakri shubhada, moksha sudurlabha. Now these 2 qualities, kleshakri and shubhada, are found within sadhan bhakti. In bhava bhakti, the qualities of kleshakri and shubhada are also found, but there are 2 extra qualities in bhava bhakti, which are not found on the sadhan bhakti stage. And what are those? Sudurlabha and moksha. That when the devotional service reaches the stage of bhava bhakti, it makes, now remember, bhava is the first appearance of prema. Because Rupa Goswami considers prema or prema bhakti to be the fully illuminated sun. And he considers bhava to be just one ray of the fully illuminated sun. When the sun actually rises in the morning, first his rays are perceived, and then the actual fully illuminated sun is perceived at the midday time. So first when the sun rises, his first ray is perceived, then his second ray, then his third ray likewise, in a chronological sequential order, step by step gradually. So bhava is the first appearance of prema. Bhava is the first ray of the sun of prema bhakti. Sun, prema bhakti is the sun, and the first ray of this sun is bhava. This is how Rupa Goswami has defined bhava bhakti and prema bhakti. So bhava bhakti, the beginning of the appearance of prema bhakti, the starting stage of prema bhakti is sudurlabha. Even the starting stage of prema bhakti, if one wants to attain, it is very, very obtainable. Krishna, as the fruit of sadhan bhakti, he tries to give bhukti or mukti. He tries to give bhoga or moksha. He tries to give material sensual gratification or liberation to allure the devotee. But if the devotee doesn't become allured by that, only then he is forced to give bhava bhakti. That bhava bhakti gradually becomes condensed into prema bhakti. So, sudurlabha. Bhava bhakti has been considered by Rupa Goswami to be sudurlabha. Not durlabha, not rarely obtained, but sudurlabha, very, very extremely rarely obtained. Because of this, muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yoga. Narada says to Yudhishthira in Bhagavatam that he may give liberation very easily, this Krishna, but he doesn't give this prema so easy. Muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yoga. Because of this, bhava bhakti is very rarely obtained. And bhava bhakti makes the moksha, the liberation appear as just like insignificant, like a grain of grass or like a straw on the street. Bhava Bhakti, the very appearance of Bhava Bhakti in the heart of a devotee makes the devotee consider moksha or liberation to be just like a blade of grass or straw found in the street, as insignificant as that. That is the real Bhava Bhakti. So Bhava Moksha, and then what are the two extra special symptoms of Prema Bhakti? Prema Bhakti has the preceding four symptoms, but then it has two extra symptoms which are not found even within Bhava Bhakti and Sadhana Bhakti. And they are Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Darshini Chasa. Prema Bhakti is the most condensed form of the paramount transcendental bliss. Sandrananda Visheshatma. And it is Shri Krishna Darshini. Bhava Bhakti is not able to attract Shri Krishna and is not able to bound up Shri Krishna within the heart of a devotee. It's not able to attract Shri Krishna like a magnet. But Prema Bhakti, once Prema Bhakti becomes manifest in the heart of a devotee, then Shri Krishna, no matter how much far he is located, no matter how much distant he is, he becomes attracted just like a magnet, and he becomes forced to enter into the heart of a devotee and becomes completely bound up by the rope of Prema Bhakti. That is why Prema Bhakti, the special symptom is Krishna Kashini. It completely attracts Shri Krishna. So, this Prema Bhakti, which is so rarely obtained and which only Shri Krishna can give, no other incarnation can give, and which is so rarely obtained, is given very freely by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why he is the most munificent incarnation. He is the most munificent incarnation, and that is why Rupa Goswami Pad prays Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratvashe Namaha. I worship to that golden incarnation of Shri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the most munificent and who is the bestower of Krishna Prema Pradayate. That is the reason. So, लुटिया खाइया गिया भांडार उजाड़े आश्चर्य भांडार प्रेम शत गुणे बाड़े. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his followers and his associates, what they did is that they completely plundered the storehouse. They completely plundered the treasury and the storehouse where Krishna Prema was kept confined, where Krishna Prema was kept secretly hidden and preserved and protected. And they broke the lock of this treasure house of Krishna Prem. They plundered it and freely distributed. But what's the uniqueness? The unique special feature is the more that they plundered Krishna Prem from its storehouse, the more Krishna Prem became multiplied 100 times more. If they took out Krishna Prema once, the Krishna Prema in the storehouse became 100 times more multiplied. That's the real, unique, special feature, the bhandar. So the treasure house of Krishna Prem never actually became vacant. It remained full up to such an extent that it continued to expand or multiply 100 times. Each time it was taken. Each time it was taken out, it expanded 100 times within the storehouse. And then what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? Sannyasi Pandita Ganer Karite Karvanash Nicha Shutra Dwara Kare Dharmera Prakash. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in order to subdue the so-called arrogance of the Mayavadi sannyasis and of the Brahmina Panditas who were thinking that karma and jnana are the most highest paths of self-realization. In order to subdue the arrogance of those Brahmanas and Mayavadi sannyasis who were considering the paths of karma and jnana to be the highly beneficial paths, and who were considering bhakti to be for those who had no intelligence and who were of ordinary type. For the laymen, for the fellows, for the laymen they considered bhakti, and for the panditas they considered the paths of karma and jnana. In order to subdue the arrogance of those Brahmanas and the Mayavadi sannyasis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a Shudra, Rai Ramananda, a Shudra who was born in the Shudra family. From his mouth, he made Sri Rai Ramananda reveal the highest form of dharma, that is Krishna Bhakti, revealed from the mouth of Sri Rai Ramananda. Bhakti Tattva Prema Kahe Raya Kari Bhakta Apani Pradyumna Mishra Sahaya Shrota. He made Rai Ramananda speak the most exalted form of dharma, and he himself along with Pradyumna Mishra became the listeners. Haridasa Dwara Nama Mahatmya Prakash Sanatana Dwara Bhakti Siddhanta Prakash, and through Haridas Thakur, who was born in a cow-eater Mohammedan family, he made the glories of Harinam, he made the glories of Shri Krishna Nam spread and established in this world. Sanatana Dwara Bhakti Siddhanta Prakash, and through Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, who were the two staunch commander-in-chief in the front line, who were the two most staunch commander-in-chief of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because it is said by Krishnadas Kaviraj and Chaitamrit that Rupa and Sanatan are the two Senapatis, are the two commander-in-chiefs of Mahaprabhu's army, of Mahaprabhu's phalanx. So, through Sanatana Goswami, what Mahaprabhu did? Sanatana Dwara Bhakti Siddhanta Prakash. Through Sanatana Goswami, making him as an instrumental or agent, Mahaprabhu illuminated the principle of the pure devotional science, Bhakti Siddhanta Prakash. And Shri Rupa Dwara Vraje Rasa Prema Leela Ke Kahite Pare Gambhir Chaitanya Rakhela. And through Shri Rupa Goswami, he made the ecstatic, transcendental, devotional love of Vraja and the transcendental, intimate pastimes of Vraja revealed to this world for the very first time. Who can describe such wonderful exploits of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So this is the real glory of Shri Rupa Goswami. Shri Rupa Goswami has been chosen by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to actually fulfill the innermost desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why in the prayers to Shri Rupa Goswami, now we are completing the glorification of Rupa Goswami. That is why in the prayers to Rupa Goswami, you see, Mahaprabhu came here to give that unprecedented contribution which had never been given before by any other incarnation, not even by Shri Krishna. And that is the Unnata Ujjwal Ras, the love of the 1,000 temples of Vrindavan. But Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution would not have become successful if Rupa Goswami was not there. Because Rupa Goswami is the most essential person needed to make Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's distribution of Vraja Prem and of Unnata Ujjwal Ras successful. And that is why without Rupa Goswami, Mahaprabhu wouldn't have been successful in doing that. And that is why Narottam Das Thakur prays in Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapanantikam. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam means that Shri Rupa Goswami, when Guru Jagannath was a Sarvaki, Shri Rukmini Bhargava Bhagwan Shri Gaur. So we'll just wind up in 1 minute. So that Shri Rupa Goswami, who, let me take the shelter of the lotus feet of that Shri Rupa Goswami, who has fulfilled the innermost desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to successfully distribute and to reveal the Vraja Prem and especially the love of the 1,000 temples of Vrindavan. And through the writings like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjwal Neelmani, Vilakta Madhav Natak, Lalit Madhav Natak, etc., Shri Rupa Goswami fulfilled the innermost desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which no other Acharya or which no other associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was able to do without Rupa Goswami's guidance and assistance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Although I have many other things to speak, but the time is limiting us, so if any questions or inquiries are there, you are requested to meet me privately and then we will try to discuss on those inquiries. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Thus ends the Nectar of Devotion seminar, which continued for 3 days, and thus ends the glorification of Shri Rupa Goswami. Hare Krishna. Bolo Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki, the Nectar of Devotion seminar ki, Shri Rupa Goswami.